Hip Hop since 1987.com.
A lot of guys trying to walk on around the country, look at your situation and see what is possible. What message do you have to guys that are, trying to walk onto a program?
There's one piece of advice I'd say is if you believe in yourself, never give up. No matter what people say. I even had my high school friends and teammates, coaches that looked at me when they realized I was transferring to Oklahoma. They're like, well, they just won the Sugar Bowl with a freshman quarterback. Are you really sure you want to do that? And, for me, it didn't matter what people said. I was going to chase my dreams and believe in myself, and I never gave up.
Baker, we saw a video in high school. Was it this style, being able to extend the play, eyes always up? I don't know if you played more in a pocket in high school or not.
I did always have a knack for extending the play, not necessarily that I needed to, or that it was my first inclination to do that. But, there was a lot of plays that I'd say were on my highlight tape in high school that were from scrambling and making a play.
And the ability to keep your eyes up. A lot of guys, it's down trying to maybe get to a spot. Can you practice that?
I think that's just for me trusting my arm more than my legs, quite honestly.
How much fun are you having out there, man? Because every time I see you, it just seems like you are enjoying the game 110%. How much fun is it really for you out there?
I love it. Love the game of football. There's something about it that just, you get to let loose any emotion, anger. You step between those white lines, and I truly love it, and I have a passion for the game. And so, what you see is how I feel. That's how I truly feel. I enjoy every second of it, even the hard times.
Baker, speaking of fun, favorite 3 Justin Timberlake songs. I know that's your guy. I know that's your favorite singer, man.
There's a real question right there.
There we go. Line up the mood a little bit.
Crap. It's a good one. I'm going to go Push Your Love Girl from 2020 Experience album. I got to go with the classic. Rock Your Body, and you're making it hard. This third one's always hard to do because there's so many good ones. Ooh.
Could go back to NSYNC maybe.
I'm not going to go that far back.
Okay. You're only 22, so I don't know.
See, you really caught me off guard. Maybe Mirrors.
What do you make of the Rodney Anderson stuff that's going on?
Like I said earlier, it's just I know who Rodney is. I'm not a part of the legal system, but if you ask anybody at OU, anybody from Katy, what type of guy he is, I don't think anybody would have anything bad to say. I don't know all the information in the situation, but I know there's stuff that I think will prove who Rodney is.
You mentioned Javon Wings. Do you remember, were you there when he was coming, I guess, on his visit?
Yeah, we really tried to get him there. Talented player. I mean, obviously that shows the plays that he's made there. He's an impact guy. He's a guy that you throw the ball up and he's going to go get it while he's in the air. So a lot of respect for him. He's a guy that I would have liked to have been throwing the ball, so I know Jake at Georgia is enjoying that.
Do you see any similarities between you and Jake? I mean, obviously he's not as mobile, but...
I do. I see, it takes a special person as a freshman to take command of an offense like that with guys that are veterans that have been around there for a while. So, he has command of the huddle, and so I do see some similarities there.
There's a lot of talk about emotion with you and your play. Should things break your way Saturday night, have you thought about, the emotions that you'll feel, and because of being an emotional guy, do you feel like maybe you have to over-prepare for how you're going to handle the speech or whatnot?
For me, I'm trying to enjoy every second of this. I don't think any preparation could get me ready for anything like that. There's nothing that could get you ready for winning a Heisman Trophy, and having to do an acceptance speech. Yeah, you can have something written down and you can practice it, but in the moment, there's certain things that are just a lot more than you ever could have dreamed of.
Have you talked to anybody like Jason White to maybe get a sense of how things feel when your name's called?
I've talked to him and Steve Owens, guys like that they've reached out and said, if you need anything, ask. But they've all told me the same thing. There's been a similar thing in all their messages is try and enjoy it. You know, there's a lot of emotion, but try and enjoy every second of it.
Do you remember when you first walked into the building? I don't know how the displays were up there, but you talk about some of these guys. I don't know what trophies were up, what pictures were up. But when you walk into the school with that much tradition, no matter how good you feel about yourself, there's boiling pot type pressure to win.
Yeah, and for me, went to a high school that when I was starting, we had won 4 state championships in a row. So there was a lot of pressure there. And so the expectation for me has always been very high. And so going to a place like Oklahoma, I enjoy that. And for me, that's like I'm at home. And there's something about having a high standard and making people rise to the occasion that I truly enjoy. So I really do love it there.
Meeting the guys that you met that you mentioned, sometimes those are disappointing type meetings, where the ones that you had actually everything you'd hope for when you meet guys who've done some of the things they've done.
Absolutely. You know, there's a certain respect I have for guys that have been there and, you know, gone through it. But, I mean, some of the guys that I've met are absolute legends, and so I've enjoyed getting to know them on a personal level that I never thought I'd be able to do.
What was your initial reaction when you were watching the selection show and you see Georgia?
You know, for me, it was like I know we're going to be in the playoffs. I just want to see, you know, matchup-wise where we're going to be at. And so when I saw Georgia's name pop up, I haven't seen too many other games, but I have seen what type of team they are. I've seen highlights, and so I was very excited. I think for us, we've played well on the big stage. We've enjoyed going up against great teams and great programs. So for me, it was just exciting.
If you haven't seen much from them, what have you heard?
I mean, you hear all about their defense and their run game. You hear about how Coach Smart handles them, and you know he's obviously a great coach. And so you see the highlight plays they have on defense, the guys they have that make impact plays and really change a game. And so that's what I've heard, and I'm sure that's exactly what I'm going to see on tape.
How was it replacing that productivity from last year with Pirine, Mixon, and Westbrook gone, and then obviously Coach Stoops? How was it?
You know, everybody thought it would have been a lot more challenging for us, but the thing was that we had leadership skills. We had a strong core group of guys that were not going to let the standard slip. It didn't matter who was playing. There needed to be people to fill those spots, and the expectation was going to be the same. And so we've had guys step up in a big way, but the reason for that is leadership-wise and also Coach Riley just making sure that we're all on the same page.
Baker, you're going to see Roquan at award shows and stuff like this. You're going to see him around like tonight, tomorrow night. When you get to see a player like that you know you're facing, but you also have heard a lot about him, can you imagine what that interaction might be like, what you kind of talk about when you see a guy like that?
You know, like I said earlier, I have respect for the people that are doing the same thing, you know, going through the same process as me, and you know, it's always challenging. So it's not like it's going to be anything like I don't like you because I'm going to play you. No, I have respect for him. He's a tremendous player, and he's a guy that's got special talent. He's going to have a bright future. So, I mean, if any possible relationship that I could build with him and, you know, be a friend to him and, you know, we could talk about things and help each other out because this is a hard process. There's a lot of challenges you go through. And so, you know, looking forward to meeting him. So I'll see what happens.
And Baker, what does it mean to play this game in such a venue like the Rose Bowl?
You know, for me, being senior year, having a chance to go to the national championship and then playing in Pasadena, it can't get any better. That's what I'll say.
Baker, this is your second year in Atlanta as a finalist for some awards. Can you talk to me about how you've grown as a player and as a man from December last year to now?
Been a lot of challenges. You know, I wouldn't say that it necessarily happened overnight. That's for sure, but a lot more knowledgeable and aware of my surroundings. No, I still don't have it all figured out, but a lot better man than I was then.
Baker, if there's one moment in your entire college career that you just sticks out to you, what would be that moment as your favorite?
I don't think it's happened yet.
Can you make a case for your teammate Orlando Brown winning the Outland?
The Outland Trophy to me, you know, yeah, it goes to the best lineman, but when I think about a lineman, I think about a guy that changes the game, that sets the tone with mentality and physicalness. And so I've never met a guy that plays with more fire and passion for the game than Orlando Brown. And so he truly he's been a huge difference for us. Yeah, we had a change of head coaches, but when I talked about leadership-wise, why we've been so successful, he is a huge part of that. And so, and that's not even talking about his talents. I mean, that's a whole different story. So I think he deserves it, and I'm proud to be playing behind him.
Have you begun to think about the next level yet? I know you have a bowl game on your mind and everything, but have you begun to think about the next level?
You know, playing in the NFL has always been a dream of mine, but I can't get there until after I finish out college. So for me, I've always tried to keep a singular focus, and that's why I think I've been able to have success, is because I'm not worried about necessarily doing too much. I gotta focus on doing my job, and right now that's playing for OU and winning this Rose Bowl game, and then playing for a national title.
Baker, how much of a reassurance does it give you to look out there and see Orlando cover your blind side?
It's if you go and have him stand up next to you, you'll be pretty reassured of yourself too. You'd feel confident in him. So he's a great teammate, but he's very talented. So I'm happy I have him on my team.
Baker, you said your most memorable moment in college football hasn't happened yet. Does that mean that the eye's on that big prize in New York?
No, the eye's on finishing out, playing my last game here in this city of Atlanta.
Hip Hop since 1987.com.